Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to All for United. I am back on your screens for another match day. It's been a good while, hasn't it? And you all know why, I'm pretty sure. It's because of the internet fiasco that happened last time. It was a bit of a nightmare. I disappeared. Ben had to come rescue me. Stu was left on his own at one point, and Mark had to roll the show on. So I was a little bit embarrassing last time, but it's okay. I'm all right for now. The internet's holding up for the minute, and we're here to preview. Well, we're not here to preview because you've already seen the preview. We're here for the last-minute build-up of Manchester United's FA Cup tie against West Ham. A very informed West Ham, might I add, managed by David Moyes, who's playing some fantastic football at the minute. West Ham are in very good form. They're playing some good stuff, and they're here on merit. And we've got to be wary of that. It would have been actually quite nice to see West Ham get beat in the last round because they played Stockport, and that's, I think, the closest club to me. So it would have been nice to see United play them. But we're playing West Ham. Tough team. I think we'll rotate, but they'll stay fairly strong. Obviously, team news will be out in the next 10 minutes, and we'll bring our guests in to react to that. But I'm quite confident. You know, West Ham are playing the kind of football where, yes, you have to be wary of them, but they are capable of slipping up. And we know they're not perfect. They've not got the squad depth really to threaten that much. Obviously, they've got Messi Lingard in their team now, who I think is, well, I'm pretty sure, is not eligible for this game. But we've got our own exciting talents. We've got Amad Diallo in the matchday squad. He was seen at the Lowry earlier today. Potentially could be involved in this game. It would be crazy to see him start, which I don't think he will. I'd expect him to get 10 to 15 towards the end of the game. You know, Ollie, he loves an 82nd minute substitution, and that has Amad Diallo written all over it. But the big news is Cavani is fit. He's about. Maguire was also seen. And I believe Donny van de Beek should be involved as well. So it could be an interesting lineup for us. I'm interested to see who we start, especially in defence, particularly after all the stick that Axel Tuanzebe's been getting. I wouldn't be surprised if Ollie throws him in and goes, you know what, prove him wrong. And I'd be happy to see that. But let me know what you guys think. Get it in the comments. Let me know what you think. And as always, remember, we have our like target of 20 likes. Let's get that like button smashed. Help us get there. If you're watching anywhere else, if you're watching on Facebook, head over to youtube.com/allforunited. If you're on Twitter as well, get over to YouTube. Subscribe if you haven't already, because you could win some Football Town merch. There's the Red Devil line of merchandise, and you know what? It's pretty mint. So if you subscribe, if we get a target of about 35 likes, let's go 35 likes. I'll let 5 of you enter the draw. How about that? You know what? I'll be nice. Since I'm returning, I'll go 6 if you hit the like button. Right, so we've got 3 fantastic guests for us on the show. I'm going to bring the first one in a couple of minutes' time. But I want to hear what you guys think. How are you guys feeling about this one? What do you think the score is going to be? Because I don't think we're going to see that many goals. I think we could see maybe a 1-0 or a 2-0. I don't see more than that. West Ham are the kind of team where they're pretty solid. They do go for defense first. They'll obviously look to null, but they're not gonna threaten us too much. But we'll see. Of course, Mikel Antonio's in fantastic form for them. He's someone we have to be wary of. And Souček, who's had his red card obviously overturned, he will be available for them today. No doubt, probably will start. And as well, another threat is Aaron Cresswell. I think he's a fantastic play for him. And obviously, we've seen his set-piece abilities. He's getting their assists. So they've got their own talents. They've got their own threats. But we're good enough to beat this team. And I think we should be confident going into this game. But let's bring in our first guest. And it is a very familiar face on the channel. It is the wonderful Barry. How are you doing, mate?
Yeah, hello, Kartik. Nice to see you. Nice to be back. And greetings to fellow Reds that are watching this far and wide.
It is always nice to have you on the show, Barry. How are you feeling ahead of this one?
How am I feeling physically, or how am I feeling about United winning tonight?
Let's go with both, because I know you've had a bit of a tough time recently.
To answer both, I'm feeling good. Thank you. And I'm feeling
That's
confident.
Good to hear.
I'm feeling confident that United will win tonight. I don't think by very much. I agree with most of your points that you made earlier. We're a little bit vulnerable on the set pieces, and they've got a couple of good lads on set pieces. If my memory serves me, Souček got a goal against us from a set piece last time we met up.
And I believe so, yeah.
We've shipped a few goals at set pieces, so we need to shore that up. No pun intended with respect to that. As far as substitutions are concerned, you know, you mentioned Ollie's a master of the 82nd minute substitution. I'm a bit worried about the 93rd minute substitutions. I'm hoping we avoid something like that. And I think we'll ring in the changes tonight. I have a feeling we'll see Telles playing. I agree with you. I'd actually like to see Tuanzebe playing tonight to try and get some positive reaction. I'm hoping that we see Donny starting the game, and I'm expecting to see Cavani rested and Martial playing. But what the heck do I know? We'll know the team in a few minutes, and we'll see how we do.
Well, yeah, as you said, the team news will be coming in soon. We'll bring that to you in the next 5 minutes. But Barry, for you, you mentioned Axel, you mentioned Donny. Is this the kind of game where those two need to really push for a place now? Because especially Donny van de Beek, who, with Pogba injured, this is his chance, isn't it?
Yeah, well, look, Pogba's going to be out for a few weeks. One could see when he went off the field that looked like a pretty nasty injury. And, muscle injuries, you can't hasten them back. So he's going to be out for a while. He'll keep his favourite son, Fred, in the team. I'm not sure. But it's really a period for Donny to establish himself if he's given the chance. So I'd like to see him get the chance, because he's really been a very, very peripheral figure. And I'm finding it very difficult to judge his performances because we just haven't seen that much of him. So I'd love to see him start tonight, and I'd like to see him impose himself on this game tonight. Looks like I'm flying solo here at the moment. I'm expecting to see Dean Henderson starting as well. I somehow think that even if De Gea hadn't performed badly in the last game, we'd still see Henderson tonight as part of a squad rotation.
Yeah, as you said, the team's just come in. I will read it out. That actually wants to agree with me for a change.
I've lost you, Kartik. I'm not sure what is going on here. I'm not sure if I'm being heard. So I'm going to take the liberty of reading the team out. Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Telles, Matic, Fred, Van der Beek, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. It's a nice looking team, I have to say. I'm going to see if I can find who's on the bench. Hopefully Diallo, and hopefully we will get to see him tonight. Try and find that for you in just a moment. Not seeing it as yet. Not sure of the bench.
I'm here. This is an absolute disaster. Right, we're gonna. I'm sorry, Barry, for leaving you on your own there.
No problem. I have read the team out, Kartik. I wasn't sure who the substitutes were.
Right, I will tell you that right now. I don't actually see the team. What's going
on? This is not off the official United website. You got it?
No, I haven't. Is it actually been? Oh, is this a leak?
I don't know, but let me read what I've got. I have Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire, Telles, Matic, Fred, Van der Beek, Rashford, Martial, Greenwood. If that's the team, I was pretty spot on.
Okay.
But that's not on the official page.
Right, you know what? I'm gonna have to apologize to the viewers. The technical difficulties are just getting over me here. I'm gonna try and see how this goes. If not, I'm gonna end the stream because the technical difficulties are taking over this. If that is the team, what do you make of it, Barry?
I like it. I wouldn't have minded seeing a different centre-back pairing, but it's as predicted. There's pace up front, there's firepower up front, and I guess Donny will play in the number 10 role. So I think this is pretty much as predicted. And this is certainly a team, I think, very capable of beating West Ham tonight.
Oh yeah, you'd hope so. I mean, that is a very strong team. And did you say Ahmad was on the bench?
No, I didn't see the bench, but just to tell you that those 11 that I read are now on the official site of United. So that is the starting lineup. But I've not seen who's on the bench as yet.
Yep, I've got the bench for you now. It's Lee Grant, Luke Shaw, Axel Tuanzebe, Brandon Williams, Bruno Fernandes, Daniel James, Scott McTominay, Edinson Cavani, and yes, Amad Diallo is on the bench.
Yeah.
The team is, as you've said, Dean Henderson, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire. There is Alex Telles in the midfield. It looks like Fred and Matic with Donny van de Beek in the 10. And of course, you've got Greenwood, Rashford, and Martial. So yeah, it does look a bit rotated. There are players there that can do a job that you'd hope can fight for a place in the first team. What do you think of Martial? Do you think he needs to step up today, and Rashford as well? Because I think both of them need to get a little bit better, and potentially one of them might come off for Diallo.
Yeah, look, strikers, it's all about scoring goals and gaining confidence. For me, Martial particularly has been disappointing. He puts in one decent game and then we get 4 or 5 games where he's poor. And as far as Marcus is concerned, you know, he does the most sublime things during a game. Case in point against Everton, that assist for Cavani's goal. Yet the weakest part for me of Marcus's game is his decision-making and when he's one-on-one with the keeper. And he needs coaching in those aspects. And I mean, we've got a manager, who better to coach him in terms of those. But, you know, he's electric when he runs at players. So I think tonight could be a good game for him. And I particularly enjoyed Greenwood on the right wing against Everton. I thought he had a fabulous game. And, you know, could he make that position his own? And whilst we're speaking, you know, about forking out 100 million for Jadon Sancho, I think the money would be better spent on a centre-back and a good holding midfielder. But I guess that's a discussion for another time.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that. And yes, it probably is a discussion for another time. But hey, that is a team that can beat West Ham United tonight. Barry, before you go, give us your score prediction and goal scorers.
I think United are going to win 2-1 tonight. Mm-hmm. And goal scorers, Greenwood and Rashford.
Greenwood and Rashford, lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Thank you for coming on, Barry, and thank you for holding the fort while I was disappeared.
All the best and take care.
Nice one. Thanks, Barry.
Cheers, mate.
Right, that was Barry. I don't know how long my internet's going to survive. I'm wondering whether to just call this a day or not, but we'll carry on. We'll see how it goes. Ben's watching. Ben's just told me to apologise once again, as I will do. I apologise for the technical difficulties. I have tried to sort out my internet, but clearly... we'll call them DT. Clearly, they just want to mess with my internet connection. They don't want me to be on All for United. There is an agenda against me. That's what I'm saying. But hey, Amad Diallo's on the bench. We might see him today. Donny van de Beek gets a start. I don't think we've read out the West Ham team, so I'll do that for you now. If it has been released, it should be released. Where is it? There we go. Right, for West Ham, they've got Fabianski, Kufal, Dawson, Ogbonna, Cresswell, Declan Rice, Mark Noble, Souček, Fornals, Bowen, and Yarmolenko. They've actually rotated a fair bit there. I do rate Fornals. I do rate Bowen. I think he's a good player. Yarmolenko, when was the last time he played? Because I don't feel like I've heard his name too much, or either he's just not done much. I'm not sure which to take that as. But hey, they've got a decent team there. In with Matic next to him, because I think Matic will marshal that. He's a bit more of a leader, so I do trust them, and I'm excited for Van de Beek. Every time he plays, I'm excited to see him. But we'll see what our next guest thinks. Here comes Ben. Ben, how are you feeling, mate? It seems like you've got your own internet issues, but we'll see how long you last.
Yeah, it must be Sky Wi-Fi, mate. It's awful around Manchester, where I've got told. But hey, I'm feeling pretty confident with that, mate. I'm glad Matic is starting in a way because someone's got to pick this Souček up. I hope I'm not butchering his name, by the way, Souček. But I fear him a little bit, mate. I think he's West Ham's main danger man. That Yarmolenko, I think he's only in the team because of the injury to Mikhail and the Antonio geezer. I don't think he's fit. But you're right, though. I've not seen him play for absolutely ages for West Ham. But the one that I'm worried about is Souček. No, we need to make sure we keep that guy quiet. Our team,
no, I agree.
No surprises, really.
Pieces.
Yeah, definitely. We make sure someone picks him up, though. I don't whether that be Maguire, whether that be Matic himself. I don't know. Somebody needs to pick the guy up. I would see no surprises really from our team, to be honest with you. Dean Henderson, I've advocated that he needs a good run of games now in this team, especially with De Gea sort of dropping a couple of clangers again. I think it's now time for maybe giving Henderson 3 or 4 games to see what can you do, mate. Go out there and prove yourself. The back line, no real surprises there. I thought Tellers might come in for Luke Shaw. There's never changed that back line there enough. But Van der Beek today is going to have to take the game by the scruff of the neck. If he wants to lay claim to a place in this team, I think he needs a decent game tonight, Van der Beek. He really needs to show what he can do. I think he's in his preferred position tonight with no Bruno. So, yeah, and I'm really, really excited to see that hopefully Ahmed will come on, hopefully. Whether we give him a 10, 15-minute cameo at the end, I'm hoping he gets a chance. Especially against tired legs, you know, with a 10, 15-minute cameo, I'll be happy with that. But I don't know how you're feeling about that West Ham team, but I think we should have more than enough to beat them tonight.
Yeah, of course. We've got the quality, and we have to be confident. Especially, you have to ignore the recent form because it is a cup. Anything can happen in the cup. But the form that we're in, the form that they're in, it should be a good game. But I'm confident we can win because, again, on paper we have the better team. Simple as that. We have the better team. We have to be confident. It's all about, as you mentioned, the set pieces, the threat of Souček, how good Cresswell is with those deliveries. It's going to be hard, and the way we've been defending those set pieces, I mean, especially that free kick that we conceded, we had 4 players in a line marking absolutely no one. That's grassroots stuff. You wouldn't expect that from grassroots football. So we have to iron that out. But otherwise, let's talk about Diallo because I don't think enough has been said. How excited are you to see him if at all he gets on the pitch?
I'm very excited, mate. He's been bossing the 23s. For the couple of matches he's played for in the 23s, he looks good. He looks like he's got a bit about him as well in the old brain area there. It looks like his decision making is quite good. He's not like, I don't know what I'm doing. If you look at Dan James, maybe look at it like he's quick, he's speedy, but has he really got a footballing brain and an end product? This Diallo kid, he looks like he's got a bit of a brain up there. It looks like he sees a vision in his head 5-6 seconds before he knows what he's going to do. I'm just really excited to see him. Hopefully he gets a 10-15 minute cameo, if that, possibly a bit more, depending on how we're doing in the game. I just think, and at least he's a natural right-sided player as well. And I just think that'll just maybe free Greenwood up a little bit, and we could play him further up top if needed, in his preferred number 9 role. I think we need options down that side, and I'm glad we have him in the squad because I love Juan Mata, but I don't think it is the right answer for the right hand side because he hasn't got the legs. Juan Mata should be, if anything, should be in that number 10 role for me. If he plays or if he starts or if he comes on, etc., etc. Whenever Juan Mata gets his opportunity, but this kid's got a really, really big chance now to lay claim to that right hand side. And I think watching him for the 23s, I think he's done far more than I expected him to do. I thought he might need a 4 or 5 game period to settle in, but he's just took to it like a duck to water, hasn't he? He's absolutely trailblazing it down in the 23s. But as I said before, the 23s is not the benchmark really, because I think the 23s is a bit hit and miss. The real question is, can he do it in the first team? And I believe he can. I think he's going to be a secret weapon up our sleeves this season, especially the latter half of this season. I think if he can hit the ground running for the first team as well, like he has done for the 23s, we could be in for something really special.
Well, we're about to find out if he does get some minutes. Before you get going then, give us your score prediction and goal scorers then.
Oh, I'm going to go 2-0 United, I think, today. I was going to go 3 or 4, but I thought, no, let's be a bit more realistic. I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go Donny van de Beek to get the first one, and I'm going to say Marcus Rashford for the second one.
I'd love to see Donny grab one. Ben, thanks for coming on. Cheers. Hope you have a good time watching the game.
Cheers, mate. You too, pal.
Right, that was Ben. My internet just cut out for a second there. Again, sorry for the inconvenience. We have one more guest. Hopefully, I'll get him on. I don't want to cut the whole thing now because he's waited patiently throughout all of this. So I'm going to bring him straight on with no further ado. Hello, Stu. We're trying to rush this a little bit just in case I cut out in the middle.
Garth, don't worry about it. I'll tell you where I am with tonight. Tonight's team news. I'm absolutely delighted with it. For me, and last time we spoke, I've been Donny van de Beek mad. Looking forward to him to get a start. So I'm pleased about that. I do want to touch on though, which has been a bit of a general theme, and that is our issues with set pieces. And I think it's time to remember that Ollie sets us up, or our coaching staff set us up to zonal mark. And basically what that is you've got your own zone, and you mark the player that comes into your zone. There's a slight issue with zonal marking zones can't score goals. What can score goals is an on-running centre forward or an on-running centre half. I played centre half anyway for many a year, and I was more comfortable actually marking a player. So I knew who I was marking in the box. If he scored, hands up. It's my fault. Mm-hmm. And I think it's a real problem for us. And I don't know whether Ollie, why he persists with zonal marking. I've heard various people say it seems to be the modern way. But, well, football is football. There's 22 players on the field, and the aim is to score goals. And if you're defending a set piece, the aim is to, not to concede. So we've got to be very, very careful with that because they're solid up in the air. With regards to Amand on the bench, absolutely, I share everyone's excitement with it. My biggest worry with him at the moment is physicality. He's obviously ripping it up in the 23s, but he's playing against players very, very similar in size and height. Back in my day, he would have been put into the reserves, and he'd, had a bit of a kick in now and again, and he clearly needs to perhaps get on the weights over the next few months and in the off season. But I think what he's got is a definite maturity. He's very, very quick. Very, very skillful, and I think Ben's right. He does see maybe a pass, two or three passes ahead. However, Donny van de Beek has got that about him as well, and if we can get the best out of Donny tonight, it might just give him a bit of a boost because I think he needs a boost. Does Donny? I think he needs a full match. I don't want to see Ollie drop him off on 60, 70 minutes. He needs to get into the game. And it'll be interesting to see how he links up with Bruno if Bruno comes on.
I mean, on that, with Pogba injured, how important is it that Donny has a good game today? Because surely this is his time to go, you know what, Pogba's injured, this is my chance to get into this team.
Well, I think it's vital for him because I don't like two holding midfielders. I think we're very, very slow. We're mundane with two holding midfielders. And when you look at the three midfielders he plays on a regular basis, he rotates. It's either Matic, it's Fred, or it's McTominay, isn't it? There's no real pace in there, but there's no intelligence. And that's key. And we need intelligence. A good centre midfield. He gets the ball, wins it, and he drops it short 2, 3, 4 yards to the intelligent players, and that's where you should be progressing up the pitch. So to me, Donny's got to step up tonight. I feel for him because he's not had any kind of run in the side. So he's very, very stop-start. And if he's coming on for 10 minutes. He's coming on for 5 minutes. I know he got a little bit longer at Liverpool, but you can't come onto a pitch and get any kind of continuity in your own game as a player if you're in a stop-start rotation. It doesn't work. So I'm hoping tonight we get the ball to him, though. It's absolutely imperative, though, that we do get the ball to him. We find him because he's very intelligent in and around the box as well with his spaces. So, but I think he'll play 10. Looking at that setup, would you agree?
Yeah, it should be 10. I don't see it being anything else.
No. So I think if he plays 10, he could have a big influence on the game. I'm surprised he's gone with the 2 centre-back pairing. I thought he might have rested one of them. But Henderson was no surprise to me. Telles was no surprise. There were no surprises. But Matic and Fred to me, I don't.
Really, know. You don't think it could be a good one?
No, I don't. Matic. We had a conversation last night actually on Wall of Reds, and Matic when he was 26 was out. He was outstanding. But he's lost that yard of pace. And Fred can be a bit, headless chicken, a bit rash now and again. So I don't know. Time will tell, Karthik, on that one. I don't think. Have we seen Fred and Matic this season?
I don't think we have. No, we might have seen it in the cup. I think that might be the last time we saw it.
Yeah, so
in the League Cup. I think it was away at Luton.
Yeah,
I think that might have been the last time.
But you'd expect us to go and dominate that game anyway, wouldn't you? So tonight will be a real test for us. Moyes has got a massive point to prove, hasn't he? Coming back to Old Trafford, he'll be up for a win. I think Jared Bowen, belting little player. If I'm being honest with you, very, very dangerous. Souček, we all know is good, and Yarmolenko, he hasn't played so much, but he's popped up. I think he didn't he score the winner against Chelsea not a few matches back? That left foot.
I'm not sure, but I remember him doing us a couple of seasons ago.
He has, yeah. So he's a good player, and Fabianski, if he's in goal, which I'm sure he is, he has the tendency to have a bit of a worldie against it, doesn't he? So, but
as most keepers do.
They do. I'm going to go for 2-0.
Yep.
I think we can go for 2-0, and I did say last night Martial to score the first, and Fernandes or Greenwood. I think, depending on what how the game flows. One thing Ollie must be telling him in the changing room: at all costs, avoid extra time and penalties.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That would be what I would say. Go out there. Let's be tight for the first 20-25 minutes, but be tight on the front foot. Let's not be tight on the back foot. Be tight on the front foot. Get at them, see if we can get an early goal, settle us down. But I'm looking forward to it, Karthik. I've got to be honest, mate. I'm looking forward to it. It's one of these where you get up for it on a match day, and just before kickoff, this is where you really start to feel it. I'd be in Old Trafford now, in the Sir Alex Ferguson stand normally, loving it, absolutely loving it, buzzing.
It's just it's a shame, isn't it? This is one of those good nights out that you could go out and usually this would be on a weekend. First of all, it wouldn't be on a bloody Tuesday night. But here we are. Thanks for coming on, mate. Cheers for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the game.
No, absolute pleasure, Carl. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Right, that was our final guest. I've got Joe in the background here, in the backstage. I'm not sure why he's here. I must have missed something. Anyway, Mark's in the comments, and he's speaking about the Matic and Fred thing. He says, Matic and Fred's partnership is statistically the second best midfield pairing. Interesting. Should we be that worried then? Interesting. But yeah, those were all our three guests. In case you've missed it, if you've just tuned in, I'll read you the United team once more. It's Dean Henderson in goal, in for De Gea. The right back is Aaron Wan-Bissaka with Victor Lindelof, Harry Maguire, and Luke Shaw comes out for Alex Telles. In the midfield, it's Matic and Fred. The three ahead is Mason Greenwood on the right, Marcus Rashford on the left, Donny van de Beek through the middle in the 10, and Anthony Martial up front on the bench. There's no real surprises. Lee Grant's on the bench ahead of David De Gea for some reason. He must be just rested. And the big news is Amad Diallo is on the bench for United, so we could possibly see a full That's not a full debut. A debut in Manchester United colours for Amad Diallo, who's had a fantastic start to his career in the 23s. But the question is, can he do it at this level? But hey, this is not the Amad Diallo debut game. This is an FA Cup game. This is a knockout stage game. This is a game where United have to win to go through. And we've said this before. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs a trophy. It looks like the league might not be that one. It might still be. I'm not losing hope just yet. But this is one of those games where if you win, you're in the mix for favourites of the FA Cup. And that's what we want to do. The FA Cup's a fantastic trophy to win. And Ollie's always said he wants to win it because he won it as a player. It was his favourite trophy growing up and watching United. So, yeah, we want to win this game. My prediction is a 3-0 United win with goals from Donny van de Beek, Mason Greenwood, and go on then. We'll give Diallo a goal in the 90th minute. Why not? That will be fun. Thank you all for joining me. Once again, I apologise for the technical difficulties. Hopefully, I will be able to join you for the post-match if my internet holds up like it has done for the last 10 or so minutes of this stream. If not, I'm sure someone will back me up. I think that's probably why Joe's in the background. If not, I'll see you next time. But until then, enjoy the game, and hopefully we get an Amad Diallo masterclass. See you in a bit.